intellectual property rights in specifically in agriculture and as a whole in the country. See, before 1950, in 1911 itself, country had a well-established IP system, though it was not for the welfare of the country's fellow men, but it was there to extract the country's important innovations and important intellectual property. But after 1950, things got settled down in 1974 with our Patent Act. In 2016, new IPR policy came into existence, and that supported a lot to across the disciplines. So I'll just share my slides here first. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir, it was visible.
This screen is okay?
Yes, sir.
So intellectual property rights in agriculture, protection, commercialization, and compliances. We will discuss here about the innovations in agriculture. If we will innovate, then only we will create intellectual assets. The intellectual assets will give us the opportunity to protect and register different intellectual property right registries, and that will create a basket for us to transfer it to the different end users and create a market and industry for that one. What are the initiatives we have taken to manage such innovations which are coming from different laboratories? And what is the IP protection status? What technology commercialization initiatives taken by the council? And to more ahead of that, the incubation system and the startups in the agriculture sectors in the bit more. Why we need innovation? What are the sources of innovation? Availability, what availability we are having for the innovation and tech transfer mechanism and their feedbacks. See, to feed the world's largest population, we have to innovate. We have to generate knowledge. We have to generate different intellectual assets in the form of the plant varieties, food processing items, animal vaccines, farm mechanized machineries, and many others in the fishery sector also, to reduce the disease burden. Today, if you can see, 60% death toll of the country is coming out from the lifestyle diseases. That may be BP, that may be diabetes, that may be a heart-related disease, and many more in this line. So such disease burden, if you can see, add to 10% of that disease burden belongs to the food habits. So how much portfolio is there with us to work together to come out for the new innovations that will support us to get more intellectual assets and protect them and to license to the different industry and academia to come out with and multiply it for distributing to the different industry and different end users to provide food alternatives. See, if you can see your own food plate at our home, you can discuss at home and ask 30 years back what we will had in our plates and what today you want. If you can see the brands are available in your home on your daily life activities. Every individual, on an average, we are having more than 30 brands in our life. From morning brews to late night sleeping and taking Amul Booth or dairy, Mother Dairy Milk or Visakha, it relates to a district, different brands in the market. So how these brands are coming to? We need alternatives. Same way in the food also. How much change our plates now? And how more we want to change? We have to innovate to feed this nation with quality food with a huge available quantity also. And now the responsibility is not only for the country itself. We are having responsibility of different countries also. Many more countries are there. If you can remember, if you remember the COVID period, how many countries we had supported, not only for the medicine, even for the food also. 30 crore Indians got free food. How it happened? Only due to the innovations, only due to the scientific hard work, only due to the policy support from the government, as well as the ground level support from different institutions of the government and the private industries. To maintain the balance in the food market, you can see in these days that tariffs are there. Why we are facing such tariffs? Why we are not negotiating? The major reason is that we have to protect and secure and maintain our market by which our farmers can get benefit. They can sustain their production in the field. They can provide a continuous supply to us. Tomorrow there will not be any unemployment. There will not be a scarcity of the food. In such a situation, we have to maintain the balance of the food on the market. To become a donor rather than a beggar, as I have already discussed, we are now donors. We are not saying it with a proud and any specific thing, but this is our responsibility. We are the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. We are the innovating country. We are the young country. People are having hopes from us. So we have to innovate. That is our prime responsibility. Source of innovation in agriculture sector. World's biggest, largest agriculture research system in the country. All three wings are in function. Research, extension, and education. 700 plus Krishi Vigyan Kendras. Most of participants know about this system. Nothing is more to say here. 100 plus research institutes. 78 plus universities. They all are working together and producing different type of experts. Private industry, entrepreneurs, farmers, and startups. 7,000 plus startups are there in agri sector today in total scenario you can see. So these are the source to generate the innovation in the agriculture sector in the country. Availability of innovation, if you can see, we are having good number of the variety in the crop production. Plant protection methods are there with us, measures are there, food processing, sunrising industry in the country, animal and fish production, very well established market in the country for the animal vaccines and farm mechanization. So how we will transfer and what mechanism is there, tech transfer mechanism is there. Well-established guidelines are there for technology transfer and commercialization in agriculture science in the ICAR and the universities. Feedback mechanism is also there. We are getting support and feedback from the farmer to improve, to upgrade, and to add our research. If you can see the intellectual property management system in agriculture sector in the country, in agriculture research sector specifically, before 1950, in 2009, in 1921 itself, many patents were filed by government-based laboratories, which were there in the Kolkata and Mumbai. After 1950, the first patent was filed by Indian Agriculture Research Institute, IRI, and that patent was around Desi plow. Nowadays, we used to get the MB plow, old plow. The first application was that only. Up to 1995, there was no guidelines, there was no specific system for that one. Only individual scientists' interest. We were able to file 74 patent applications. The beauty of that application was that most of the applications reached to the grant stage, maintained properly. But in 1995, after 1997, we signed the agreement of the TRIPS, and that was our responsibility to come up with well-established, finalized, and relevant to the agriculture sector specific guidelines and a system to institutionalize that IP ecosystem in the country. So in 2006, we come up with the guidelines, and then a 3-tier IP management system institutionalized in the ICR system, where at ground level, every institute of the council is having institute technology management unit. The responsibility of unit to select the intellectual assets, protect them at a particular their relevant registry, maintain them, then transfer to industry and academia, and then take feedback and come back to the laboratory. So there is a 3-tier angle system. At zonal level, we are having zonal technology management units which are supporting subject specific. For example, if we are having crop science based 20 institutes, so we are having zonal technology management unit at Hyderabad and New Delhi. For animal sciences, we are having at NDRI, Karnal and IVRI. Same way we are having for the horticulture, engineering, NRM, other institutions. Other than IPRs like patent, copyright, trademark, design, plant variety, whatever the know-how we are generating, that also we are transferring through the consultancy mode, contract research mode, and contract service mode. To transfer such innovations to know know-how and such intellectual assets, we are having professional service guidelines which are in function from 1997 onwards in the World Committee guidelines form, which got revised, and both the guidelines are in function now, already revised, and most of the universities are also following them. To deal all these intellectual property related items and activities, we divided in two sectors. One is the innovation fund that will take care about the intellectual property generation, its protection and licensing. Then incubation fund to support entrepreneurs and startups, how to start their own business, how to come up with their own idea, test and validate in our laboratories. So we are having 50 agribusiness incubation centers. At national level, to support any international licensing, to file international patent applications, to deal with the different national organizations for a big project or big deal of technology commercialization or transfer of the innovations. We are having a single window system. For-profit company, Agri Innovate India Limited. And the objective is to act as a simple window to transfer the technologies, to provide better evaluation of the technology, guidance to innovators, specifically to indefinite organization about it. And why we came up with all these guidelines and the system? Because in 2016, when the government implemented our new IPR policy, the prime responsibility and the prime objective of such these guidelines for our institutes like ICR and universities to create awareness, to generate IP, to protect it, and more important, we have to commercialize it. If you can see the technology basket of the council, specifically the IPRs, in last 50 years, 50 to 70 years after 1950 onwards, 1700 plus patents we filed, 1500 plus plant varieties, added copyrights, 225 designs, and 344 trademarks. In general, in agriculture sector, it looks very odd for some of the scientists and professors who are here. They feel that how such IPs and why we are working to file patents and trademarks in agriculture sector, though we are working for the farmers. No. This is now we have to change our mind and attitude, because institute, university, laboratory, private company, not in a single way they can fulfill the requirement of the market and the farmer community. We have to multiply, we have to delegate, we have to collaborate, we have to sign agreements. If you are going to sign agreement, licensing the technology, commercializing the technology, signing the agreements through the consultancy contract research, you have to protect your research. Otherwise, nobody will come back to you. There will not be a feedback system. Technology upgradation will not be there. There will not be any repeat licensing. In such a situation, you will not get market sustainability and same time the research sustainable grants also. This is the era where we have to protect and protect and protect. Otherwise, our research, because everything is open in the media now, you have to protect. You have to be sincere for your research hard work. That has to be published, that has to be recorded, that has to be extremely maintained. Most of our technologies research, if you can see the biotechnology, basic food chemistry, and pharma. Why it comes to the pharma? Because more number of the patents we are having in the animal sector. That's why it's showing in the pharma sector. In last 5 years, if you can see, specifically last 2 years, we have increased our total IP portfolio by 39.67%. How it happened? Through rigorous awareness programs. Even with universities also, we have organized different programs. But in last 20 years time, specifically in 18 years period of this program, after implementing 3-tier IP management system in the council, we reduced the loss of our IP from 85% to 0%. Whatever today we are filing at Indian Patent Office or through PCT system in WIPO, nothing we are losing, because each and every aspect discussed in detail at Institute Technology Management in the latest institute. Every ITMU, Institute of Technology Management unit, is led by a senior level scientist. To transfer these innovations, these IPs, in last 15 to 17 years, if you can see from 2006 onwards to 19 is near about 5,000 plus agreements we have signed with 2,000 plus public and private partners. And through this process, Council able to transfer 1,500 plus technology per se technology. 18 plus institutes involved in the process. This shows the strength, ability, and political will, as well as support from our leaders to transfer our innovation. If you can see the area-wise transfer of such innovations, most of innovations are reaching to the central, southern and northern area. Region being, in southern region, we are having one of specific institute, Indian Institute of Horticulture Sciences. They are working in the biopesticides. Are in demand. Many of our biopesticides having more than 20 repeat licensing. It's a very good indicator for the technology licensing and IP protection. Northern India, we are having a good, big pool of our plant varieties from specifically two major institutes, IARI, and then Indian Wheat and Barley Research Institute, Karnal. Our technology is spread in 28 states and union territories. By this slide, you can feel how agriculture research is coming out from the laboratories and reaching to the land. This slide can give you a feel and understanding that gone are the days when technologies were lying in the laboratories. People used to say on the platform and dais that nothing is going on, everything is lying in the laboratories. Nothing, no, this is not true now. Now things are changing. Most of innovations are reaching to their end users. And to transfer these innovations, many of our institutes and universities and KVKs organize different industry meets, stakeholder meets, industry academia meet, farmer interaction, B2B meetings. And some of our institutes are licensing on weekly basis. If you can see this technology transfer process, how many this technology portfolio which we have transferred, it belongs to 17.80% of the farm machinery, 21.13 in the food processing, and 22.23 in the seed and planting material. In an analysis, one paper already got published in one of the journal, where we can see that 50% of total licensing portfolio of the council is coming out from the seed and planting. These are the plant varieties crop-wise, which we have already licensed 5 years back. This already published, if you can see, it's online available on technology licensing agreements and technology licensing analysis of the ICAR. 74 cereal varieties, 13 flour, 34 fruits, 12 oil seeds, 13 spices, and 88 vegetable varieties already used in the field. Now, what we are doing to generate entrepreneurship from these innovations, these IPs, these intellectual assets. In 2006, when Agriculture Innovation, National Agriculture Innovation NAIP project was there, World Bank funded project, most of participants who are from the university and ICR system, they know well about the NAIP. In that project itself, we've started one pilot scale business incubation system at 10 places, 5 in university and 5 in ICR system. And we got good results. In 2016, we multiplied the 10 to in 16, then after 25. And in 2018, we spread in 50 institutes. So at present, 50 ICR institutes, many more universities, and even some state departments are having agri-business incubators. They are supporting to the young graduates, farmer entrepreneurs, farmer producing organizations, and small SME companies to validate their innovations and to take our innovations and start their enterprise. Through this process, in last 8 to 9 years, 1,300 plus startup entrepreneurs started their own business in the field. If you can see the startup portfolio, I already mentioned the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. And 50% of the startups are based in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And 50% of total startups are having women directors. See the woman-centric approach of the government's political will. See the government's efforts in this direction, and all the research institutes are working in this direction, that women entrepreneurs are coming up well in agriculture sector. This is a sunrising sector for specifically the women-based entrepreneurship. Recently, you may have gone through some newspapers and this Didi program, Lakpati Didi, and one program is going in Delhi now also. They all are coming from such initiatives. Now, IP filing and strengths. Specifically, I request to my fellow scientists and professionals who are here in the university system and the research system, though we are having a good number of IPs in our basket, are trying hard, but still we have to do a lot. If we can classify, calculate, and divide in the total scientific strength here, or institute strength, we are very less number of IPs also. We have to do a hard work in this sector. And now we are working on the one project, one IP. That is our slogan. Yes, every project of the council should have one IP minimum. Why? Because council is having near about 5,000 plus scientists. And total, if you can see the NAR system, university, and all the total scientific community strength, more than 15,000. In the council itself, 2,000 plus scientists are there who belongs to the laboratory research, having 10 years service still pending. They are the source to generate intellectual assets, though they are generating, but they have to protect, which will increase our IP. Why we should increase? In this side, in the left side of this slide, if you can see the top 10 Indian applicants of patent from academic institution and university. This is 2-year-old Indian Patent Office website's IPO's annual report data, which shows that lovely professional university. Total life of this university may not be more than 10 years, I think. Jain Deemed University, Galgotia University, Tirthankar Mahavir University, and IITs together at 5th position. Most of the patent leaders now private industry. Then we also have to work in this direction to be sustainable. In an analysis, I have found that UGC approved 1,170 universities in the country. 421 universities initiated IP protection after 2016. Before 2000, only 7 universities had filed 94 patent applications. 2001 to 5, 43 universities. 11 to 15, 145. 16 to 20, 16. 21 to 24. Most of the patent portfolio filed in this period, 34,540 patent applications filed by this total university in the country. But see, the 80% of the total total patent portfolio of these universities filed by 50 top filing universities. And out of that 50 universities, 49 is the private university. So this is the reason, this is the base and background, why we should start, from where we should start, what are the opportunities are available. To provide such awareness, from last 3 years, we are continuously working, though earlier also we had, but now we are rigorously working. Last year, we have distributed near about 800 certificates on 5 days IP program, and only 5 institute together. Whole year we spent on this. And in November, we are again going to start. We will come to the universities also. So this is all about the IP scenario of Indian Council of Agriculture Research and NARS system. If you can see the country's situation from last 2 to 3 years, India's rank is improving the IP filing. India is now the 5th country in the world going to protect more number of IPs. Our trademark, if you can see, every year we are filing more than 5 lakh trademarks in India. 60 to 80,000 plus patent applications. Our international PCT applications also increasing day by day. CSIR is the highest filing government organization which is having 10,000 granted patent in their pocket. If you can see the licensing scenario, the worldwide average is not more than 8 to 10%. But in ICR system, through rigorous progress and continuous awareness programs and support from different scientists and directors and our policy support from the national headquarters, we are reaching more than 20 to 25%. So if you can combine with the plant variety, we are in the more than 45%. So this is the progress, innovation management system, and the need of IP protection in the agriculture sector. Now come to the farmers, what they are doing, how they are protecting. Today, if you can see at Plant Variety Authority website data, the highest number of the plant variety applications are coming from the farmers, then industry, then academia. Farmers are working on this line. They generating the intellectual assets, they are protecting. Universities are coming out now due to the new IP policy. Startup system. I will say many more startups may be there here. If you can see the last 5 years database of Indian Patent Office websites, Indian Patent Office annual reports, and see the progress of startups patent filing trend, and see the trends of government institutions, patent filing, trademark filing, copyright filing, design filing, and in plant variety, specifically in the agriculture sector. So this is all about the background and initiatives taken by the council and the national and international portfolio of the IP. Now I'm happy to learn from you. If anything specific I can add, and Dr. Sweta is there with us. She is well-versed and expert in IP, not only at national level, at international also. I requested her to be there to support us in getting more knowledge on IP specific if you need any law related activity or any knowledge. Thank you very much. I am here to listen from you, to learn from you.